President, I have to announce your name.
Please do.
Barack Obama.
That's me.
Welcome to the West Wing Week, your guide to everything that's happening at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. This week, the president took action to make consumers' credit card transactions more secure, voted early at the Martin Luther King Jr. Community Center in Chicago, welcomed the new Ebola Response Coordinator on his first day on the job, and talked science and tech with some of his top advisors. That's October 17th to October 23rd, or a chip and pin.
Britain switched to a chip and pin system. They cut fraud in stores by 70%.
On Friday, the president crossed town to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau to announce his Buy Secure initiative, an executive order that helps protect Americans from falling victim to identity theft and credit card fraud.
We're going to begin making sure that credit cards and credit card readers issued by the United States government come equipped with 2 new layers of protection. A microchip in the card that's harder for thieves to clone than a magnetic strip, and a PIN number that you enter into the reader just as you do with an ATM.
Back on his home turf in Chicago, the president took advantage of the opportunity to vote early. After filling out his paperwork and greeting some fellow voters, the president headed to a voting booth to fulfill his civic duty.
Before I walked in, I said, this is the most important office in a democracy. It's the office of citizen. So exercising our franchise, that's where all of us are the same, and everybody has that right. I will say this makes the folks who are a little shorter than me.
On Wednesday, there was an important new addition to the West Wing as Ron Klain started his first day as the Ebola Response Coordinator.
In some ways, this has created a trial run for federal, state, and local public health officials and healthcare providers, as well as the American people, to understand why it's so important that we're continually building out our public health systems, but we're also practicing them and keeping them in tip-top shape and investing in them.
On the final day of this West Wing Week, the president convened his Council of Advisors on Science and Technology in the historic Roosevelt Room. Meanwhile, the Office of Digital Strategy held a meetup for 30 Americans who petitioned their government through We the People. They spent the afternoon hearing from senior administration officials and participating in Q&As. Well, that's all, folks. Remember, you can petition your government and find out more information about any of these topics or see complete videos of these events at whitehouse.gov. And thanks again for checking out this edition of your West Wing Week.
Rich, I should mention, by the way, I went to a restaurant up in New York when I was during the UN General Assembly, and my credit card was rejected. It turned out, I guess, I don't use it enough. So they thought there was some fraud going on. Fortunately, Michelle had hers. I was trying to explain to the waitress, no, I really think that I've been paying my bills.